Stream is started. Just need to double check some things, such as get my YouTube thumbnail up and going. Looks like Twitch is going. And looks like Rumble is going. Get YouTube up and going. This is live. This bitrate's a little bit bad. That sometimes happens when it first starts up the stream. Yep. Okay, YouTube should be good to go. Rumble seems good to go. Twitch seems good to go. Let me check my other computer to make sure the stream's looking fine over there. Enjoy the music. It appears Rumble and Twitch are good to go on my other screen. Switch over Rumble over to my other screen from YouTube to Rumble, so I can make sure I can see the Rumble rants that come up. So yep, everything seems good. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I love the music. What do you believe of like Brother 3 or not? Because I see it's a bit divisive for some parts. Can't say the music is not bad. Sorry, didn't get lost in the music. So let's go ahead and get started. A handful of these replays were submitted to me by Yuno, but I didn't see if the Yuno is actually the one who were part of the game. So let's go to have fun. I got a whole bunch of them. Hopefully it will last me for the night. I think it was an 8 should be good. But guess we'll find out. So let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here. Spawn on the right side as the red allies, we have Delta 7. Spawn on the left side as the orange allies, we have Backline. And I think my microphone's a little bit too low to compare to my mouth, so you may hear some boom going on right there. We got a barracks being floated out, we got some doggies advancing. And it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world, but which dog eats which dog? Will they eat each other? Engineer has been deployed out in the field. He has the schematics and the tools. And this dog looks like I am going up north of the... can't speak. Trying to scout through the northern path. We'll spot the orange doggy. The red doggy is advancing. Oh, and got immediate... I think that was a YouTube subscription. Yep, YouTube subscription there. I can hear that regardless whether I'm streaming or not. So sometimes if I leave my OBS open, I hear random sounds like that. Got the doggy eating the red doggy. And it looks like one of the red peacekeepers have gone down. Orange doggy and red doggy are fighting. And orange gets another bark right there. And red gets a bark there, so red will win out that engagement. Red dog should actually get a good bark in, but of course they move the same speed. And we got these more peacekeepers for orange rather than red. Do we see any allied airfield? No, we do not. Also different power plant placements here, which will reduce the cost on the walls, but of course makes it more exposed. To say a couple hundred pump action shotgun shots. What type of rounds they use? Definitely, it's a double aught or triple aught buck. Maybe it could be flechette rounds. That would be a bit nasty. We got both peacekeepers have deployed out a shield there. Multiple shields advancing, trying to jolt fire there, but there's just more orange peacekeepers there, but they're very stacked up. Red actually still has a peacekeeper in this mix there. It does get a nice shotgun knockback there. It is just in German move order. It definitely switched sides right there. I think he wished it was on the other side now. Red has deployed out some more Peacekeepers here. But Orange still has a good number. He looks like he has 7, including this one up here, which may get killed there. More Peacekeepers deployed out by Red, and do have an ore refinery deployed out there, and naval seaport here as well. Looks like this ore deck will go down. Looks like there's at least one Peacekeeper inside here. Gain some shotgun shots onto the Peacekeeper. It does finish off the oil derrick there as well, and does a nice little flip there. Hey, do a flip! I don't know why I think of... I love Futurama. I know that Futurama had that joke. I wasn't sure if Futurama got that joke from somewhere else. Riptides are advancing. He does find the exposed power plants here. More Riptides are advancing. He needs some Javelin troops to deal with these Riptides quicker. But Red has gone out his own Riptide now. But of course he is outnumbered. And this shielded Peacekeeper did slow down one of those Riptides, and now these Riptides are going to be slowly gunning down these Peacekeepers. This low health one could make towards the airfield to get some repairs, and both power plants go down. Good pick there for Orange. He'll slow down his opponent's production quite a bit, as well as his build queue time. It does hop in the Peacekeepers in the back of that. Push on forward, get some good damage at point blank rate, and that Riptide will go down. But oh! Did he just load up inside that and get finished off? Oh, that was a horrible misplay there. Because I think he just threw a bunch of Peacekeepers in there and got finished off. That was a horrendous play. Dolphins advancing. Overall, feels like Orange has done the great work this game. I believe Orange does have a good advantage. Both Orange also has oil derrick up and going. Prospector receiving quite a bit of fire there. Dolphins receiving torpedo shots and does not finish off the Prospector there. Excuse me. Looks like Vindicators coming in for some bomb runs. Got a number of veteran and elite Peacekeepers here as well by Orange. Orange is claiming this garrison. And Red will make an advance with some Riptides here. May want to throw some Vindicator bombs here and let the Riptides finish them off. However, that power plant does get destroyed or sold off for 40 credits and basically got destroyed by the Vindicator bombing runs. So Red's eyeing for infrastructure damage. Guns down the wounded Peacekeepers there. We're likely to see some bombing runs onto the garrison, so... And we'll be slowly gunning down that other Peacekeeper now. Peacekeepers are coming in for another bomb run. And... Yep, going for another power plant. Sells it off in time. Getting a maximum refund. Let's play out some wall segments there, but won't stop these Riptides advancing to maybe infantry loading back. If MCV has packed on up, these red Riptides could advance forward to choke and stop the... Yeah, there is units in the back of them. A bunch of Javelin troops with a handful of Peacekeepers. Cryo shot coming on the power plant as well, going for more power plant hits. Both sides are just nailing each other's power plants, are they? Bombing run comes forward, does finish off one of those Riptides, but a number of those Vindicators go down. 3 of them, or 2 of them goes down. The rest of the infantry does get cleaned on up. Overall, there's a lot of force that went down for Orange. Power plant goes down as well. A number of Vindicators go down. I think Red still lost a bit more. Got a nice little opening there. These are sold off wall segments there. You can see by the corners of where wall segments was and was not. And he's going to finish up the gap there. Yeah, you can see the corner pieces now. So Orange is walled off. Red has his opening. He's sold off. Orange does have a good amount of infantry force here. We see tier 2. This may be max clearance being deployed out now. And Red's eyeing for another bomb run. Not enough. Oh, I hear a crowd shot there. And drops a full load there. Not exactly a great bomb run, if he would have done a little bit more bomb micro, he perhaps could have thrown 5 bombs on this power plant. But overall, the cost difference since he's repairing up the power plant would be minimal. Maybe about 100 credits. Over on the left side, we got a Riptide advancing. And now got the Dolphin advancing as well. Got some rounds onto the Prospector. And Dolphin does go down up north. We got a Hydrofoil. That's an orange Hydrofoil. Kills off a Vindicator. Okay, I'm not sure. I must have missed something there because a single Hydrofoil to hit a Vindicator? That makes no sense. There had to have been something else there. Garrison still, well, garrisoned. And we got a massive wave of orange infantry. We did see the crowd shot for orange earlier. We got another wave of walls. So maybe red's cryo shot, maybe cryo blast is available. Walls are being rebuilt and under siege. You can try hitting this wall something there. Looks like just going to go and clean them up with a general aggressive attack move. Of course, Peacekeepers cannot shoot at walls, so maybe an opening there, maybe not. Trying to find an opening there, but being funneled in like this could be devastating with a cryo shot. Reservoir out barracks there as well. That could be great for a quick dog or two. And we got laser locks coming forward as well. Maybe turn off the laser lock. Maybe try and hit the MCV. More walls. And these Vindicators do receive a lot of rockets there, but do escape on out. More Peacekeepers going out. Red, he's trying to get some extra forces here. Some of the Peacekeepers have pushed forward. Bit of skirmishing there. Walls do jump on top of the Peacekeepers as well. Now got a wave of Riptides advancing. That could be infantry in the back, but I don't believe so. One heroic, one elite, one unveteran. Or not veteran. Dolphin clean up the naval expansion, so Orange's naval expansion does get cleaned up. Now the Riptides may be eyeing for a naval assault, perhaps able to hit some of these power plants. And that ore refinery is actually quite wounded. Here comes the Vindicator bombing run to finish off. Needs to proc micro. Throw a large number of bombs on the Prospector as well. And now we do also got a handful of Mirage tanks here. Does shrink that tree. Just him tiny tree there. A Christmas palm tree. He can't make his way forward. There is, of course, a single cryocopter here. All Vindicators are deployed on the front line now. He does not have his... No, he still has the backline airport. Keeping that live will be important, just in case he does lose this one there, and the Peacekeepers on low ground does get cleaned up. Another Athena can't be deployed now, and I think that one's shrunken by Orange to get it quickly to the front line. And more Athena cannons being deployed out by Orange.
Systems are damaged. We could use some help here, sir.
Athena cannons does fall back there. Cryocopter does get cleaned on up. Expensive loss there. A lot of infantry there. There's got to be Cryo Blast, if not Cryo Geddon available. And Mirage Tank does clean up these Riptides as the power plant does get destroyed. And got a sizable bomb run there onto the Prospector. Just Peacekeepers for red, no Javelin troops. It does shrink those Athenas. And here comes a Cryo Blast. Gets a large number of Javelin troops frozen there. And there's another Cryo Blast from his opponent as well. Looks like he does freeze a couple of his own infantry units there. Red does throw in Peacekeepers there as well. They will be gunned down by the Athenas. Athenas receive some good shotgun blast there, but they will go and fall back. There's 5 Athena. He needs something heavy. At this point in time, Sentry Bombers doesn't seem half bad to me, but Red's charging forward his Peacekeepers. Red's Athena cannons are now firing, but not really splitting up the fire too much. They do get shrunken down, and Red's Peacekeepers will break through, but there's no... He needs to freeze one of these wall segments in order to get through. Orange needs to build another layer of wall segments on the back line. And doesn't appear there to be any bombing runs there. Does withdrawal there. Doesn't lose any Vindicators. Multi-gunner has been pointed out, likely not to be loaded up with Peacekeeper or with a shotgun. That wouldn't be half bad, but it's likely for anti-aircraft purposes against the Vindicators. Big freeze across the line. Not taking time to bomb micro. And the rest of those bombs could just be thrown somewhere. Or on the frontline force. Keeping them actually loaded up actually would be a good idea. Red's walls are pretty punctured. Mass strength there by the onto the Athena cannons. He's trying to freeze one of them down. Does get a freeze there. Yeah, let's finish off there with the Peacekeepers. The almost looked like the multi-gunner IFV took it out. And let's get the heightened technology right there. Multi-gunner IFV getting some good hits there onto the cryocopters. Now Red is trying to breach through these walls. There's a handful of Javelin troops. If the Athenas can take time to kill off those Javelin troops, it will benefit from breaking through those walls. Maybe a Prism Tower at this point in time. Prism Towers can shoot over walls. Oh, and Orange has surrendered. If he hasn't surrendered, what do y'all think? A Prism Tower in that situation. Would a Prism Tower be a horrible idea? Because it would shoot over the wall, and I'm not just sure how Prism Towers would work compared to like Mirage tanks against infantry. I wonder if a Prism Tower wouldn't be half bad. But either way, this is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see. Can't remember which one of these I just did. I think that was this one here. I'm just not going to delete it for the time being. So yeah, there's 3 Affinity Isles. Let's go and just actually 4 Affinity Isles. So let's go back and forth between Affinity Isle and another replay. Let's go ahead and cover whatever Shogun's Alley is. Oh, it's this map. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Rattler 3 replay. Spawn in the middle as bottom middle as the Magenta Allies player. We have Everos 331. Spawning as ally as the Green Soviets. We have Green Dahlia 22. Spawning as the Blue Allies, we have Never Cheese. And spawning as the Red Empire, we have Dutch Army 1, 2, 3. Looks like I got 3 Dojo cores being deployed on out. 4 Dojo cores being deployed on out. Hopefully that's a refinery core. Yep, refinery cores are now making the way forward. There's probably enough Dojo cores to put on low power. I mean, Iron Fist refinery there. There's also a garage there. And maybe Iron Fist oil derrick as well. There's all hospitals down south. Up north, we do got more hospitals. I wonder how hospitable the hospitals are. Now he's trying to crush the dogs with the... Oh, that's Imperial War. It does get a bark off there. And he will get a crush on the dog. That's all he cares about, getting the kill on the dog. This doggy is wagging his tail. He knows that he can get work done if something comes out. Got the ore refinery claimed up here, ore refinery claimed here, ore refinery not claimed here by the Soviets. MCV advancing? We have a crusher crane here, and a reactor all walled off. Okay, green is going for aggressive MCV. Blue will spot this. This should raise red flags for blue immediately. We've got garage deployed out here as well. And this garage actually got cleaned up. How did it get cleaned up? Was it by a javelin troop? Was it? Must have been a javelin troop. Because I don't think Imperial Wars cleaned that off quick enough. But blue capturing this garage would be great for red and blue. We got some peacekeepers advancing, but there's no vulnerable area except excluding this barracks right there. More peacekeepers are making their advance. And civilian structure has been garrisoned. Up here. Oh, very nice. Getting a burst drone on top of that MCV is actually very, very nice there. Slows him down. The burst drone needs to get back on top of the MCV to prevent the crushes. And have the green MCV here will throw some it will put the Southern players into a panic. Green base is going to be invaded by Peacekeepers as well, and Green's MCV is advancing. His teammate has a multi-gun turret queued up, assuming that's not a failed wall segment. Can the MCVs crush wall segments? I know Apocalypse and Assault Destroyers can. Maybe can, and now we got a multi-gun turret deployed up by Blue, that's Red's teammate. Magenta maybe deploying out multi-gun turret. Yeah, he does, and it's getting focused down there. And it looks like Green's going to just back out of there. Or no, it's trying to advance onto the Tsunami tanks. Tsunami tanks do have a garage. Green does not have a garage, which means this MCV is very vulnerable there. Got Green's barracks here, and he's trying to deploy out Tesla Coil as well. Green's MCV is severely wounded there, receiving constant fire there. Does deploy enough. He needs to get out Engineer as soon as possible. And that's a Tesla troop there, and Green's MCV does go down. He has Crusher Crane, so he does have production capability. He does take out the Tesla Trooper there and the multi-gun turret. And this whole segment's actually not fully complete. Got Magenta's multi-gun turret being deployed out and out thanks to the Green's barracks there, and more Tesla cores being deployed out by Green as well. Blue needs to be aggressive as with some javelin troops here. Magenta has deployed out defense multi-gun turret there, very nice. I wonder how effective is a multi-gun turret load up a flak trooper. We do have a nice lockdown there by the Tesla trooper as well. Unless he does get bombed, the Tesla trooper is still actually alive, looks like. Or nope, that's just the effect still linked around. Another multi-gun turret deployed out by Magenta, bombing down that turret as well. Looks like a number of veterans see onto these fully heroic Vindicator there. That must have been one that killed off the MCV. Green does deploy out a multi-gun turret there, as well as a forward power plant. And he does set off the Tesla tower right there. Magenta needs to start pushing forward. They need to start hitting these multi-gun turrets, because if they start sieging down this building... Oh, we got a bear. Got a king there, Never Cheese. Forget that's which player that is. But he spots out the combat engineer. They're trying to hide behind this little bit of foliage there, which could be useful. Reactor's still up, so they can be used as a build area. And this reactor deploys in their refinery line just to be oh so annoying. Warcraft is trying to clean on up. Red still has one refinery going. Speaking about which, Red is also counterattacking with these tsunami tanks. Magenta is having a bit of trouble staying around. We got a single twin blade deployed out by Green, so give enough time, it will clean up those forces. That combat engineer get cleaned up. Maybe. I don't see the combat engineer alive anymore. And we got a single wall segment there, which I don't think the Orca can clean that up. Guard tanks receiving some fire there. Green's twin blade is still firing away. Got good micro nano deflectors, getting some constant healing. Plus, the blue still has the garage there, so these guys are still extending extra health regen. And that single ejecting does clean up that twin blade now. Magenta's not looking good, and we do have. I think Green and Magenta has surrendered. A very, very short game, but very chaotic game in general. Either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. It's a little bit abrupt for my liking. Yeah. And let's go ahead and go for another Vinny Isle. I think I did this one, so let's go for this one. Yep, this is a different one. Greetings everyone, Angrade here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawned on the right side as the Yellow Soviets, we have Mexican. Spawned on the right side or the left side as the Red Allies, we have Prince, the other left side. Of course, we got the power plant. Will we see fast airfield? That looks like a refinery to me. Wait. That could be airfield. He's not going for a boot camp. That's definitely not a boot camp there. We got a set of barracks, triple barracks for the Soviet player. With a stream of bears, combat engineer, and conscripts. And that is our ore refinery there. So Red is not gone for a single boot camp. Bear's going to charge forward. Bear will plant himself on top of where the power plant should go. And now the bear's walled in. I don't know why I find that humorous. More bears charge on forward. As you can see, here is the Allied Zoo. It's home to one bear, as opposed to Afghanistan, who has a pig as its primary attraction. How many conscripts? What the heck? We do have a seaport deployed now. Please tell me there's flak troopers to get inside this garrison right there. Riptide will be slowly making his way forward. He needs to focus on that Riptide. More conscripts streaming on in. And he's going for more conscript. Is this some sort of conscript all in? Okay, he sells off the barracks there. Going for the reactor. Another reactor now. Or, yeah, another reactor. He needs these Riptides to start gunning down these conscripts. The Ore Partner has seen a bit of being there, but looks like he won't be able to get any kills there. He's deployed out 4 Riptides, which do a good job of killing off all of these conscripts. The rest of these conscripts will just run and perhaps get inside this garrison up here. And perhaps in this garrison up here as well. Now they will be pursued down. That was expensive investment by Yellow. Didn't really pan out. Now the Riptides are advancing. And the Soviet MCV is advancing as well. We got a sentry gun being deployed out. Now we just need a dispenser and a teleporter. Cancels the sentry gun right there. Needs to get the ore collector armor up mode. And these walls are actually not fully complete. He's starting to build up the rest of the walls now. He does bomb a hole there as well. Very nice. These get out, getting out a war factory there. This ore collector can't get back on the line. Getting that economy's back going will be very important because this one will be harassed. Has rebuilt some more wall segments there. Very nice. Maybe doubling up on some wall segments there since he looks like he's about ready to bomb that side again. It doesn't get in the breach to prevent it from being rebuilt. Armor's up there, just needs sold out. We've got a terror drone deployed now, as with the MCV trying to go for some crushes. With the terror drone there, it could be pretty easy for crushes for the MCV. That one goes down and does snare the last one there. Does get the terror drone, but eliminates all the Riptides. Very, very nice. We've got a full deck on the airfield, and the fact that there was no flak troopers in here, he can't just provide flak cover. Multiple bullfrogs poured on out. Get some good hits there. We see some deadly bombing runs there. It looks like none of the... Oh, looks like one of the Vindicators actually did go down. He could throw some flak troopers inside this garrison as well. Red has not claimed this oil derrick. That is something to note as well. But it's there. And looks like the bear has finally been cleaned up, so no more zoo for the Allies. How much reconnaissance has that bear provided throughout the game? Nice and close to the front line, does get some good damage there. 2 more bullfrogs do go down, and the Vindicators are still up and going. We got another airfield, maybe for more Vindicators. Oof. At this point in time, he's going to need a lot of bullfrogs. He needs MiGs. He just straight up needs MiGs. Got a super reactor being deployed on now. We also got a battle crane, or crusher crane, there. More bullfrogs getting cleaned on up. Five Vindicators coming forward. That should be enough to bomb a lot of stuff. So they did get streamed on in, and it looks like he overkilled one of the bullfrogs as well. They're getting some good damage there. Gets another kill down the Vindicators. So 2 of the Vindicators did go down there. Very nice. But more Vindicators are being deployed out. He may be selling this off as airfield. Nope, he's not. MCV is getting some repaired. Oh! He crushed the MCV. Trying to get some more cash up and going. Not eyeing for a naval expansion. Cryo Shock has been blown out. Does get frozen there. And here comes the Vindicator. Trying to camp the airfields once again, but needs more than 4 bullfrogs for that. Oh. Vindicator's going up north. 6th Vindicator does get gunned up a little bit. He does do a full retreat back of all his Vindicators. And now we do have boot camp being deployed now. He may be signing for some peacekeepers and perhaps a engineer. Does get some shots there as well. More shots right there. 7 Vindicators coming for a massive bomb run. 5's not was needed to take out Ore Collector. They're just circling about. And we do got the 8th Vindicator does get shot down there. Single Twin Blade blown out. He's built so many he has not deployed out Apollo, nor anything to take on this Twin Blade. Javelin Troop has been blown out. That's exactly what he needs. Kills all the Prospector there. He needs to sell off some of these wall segments to get the Javelin Troop inside that wall. And the Bullfrogs are making their way out to sea. We do have a single MiG pursuing these Vindicators. I'm not sure how we got, but it looks like the Apollo is fully heroic now. Apollo does go down there. And the Javelin Troop does find some good hits there onto the Bullfrogs. The single Twin Blade should be able to lock down this refinery no problem, unless there's a multi-gun turret. There's no multi-gun turret on the build queue. And now the command hub is getting deployed on out. Handful of sickles have been deployed out as well. And completely misses the bomb run as he was focusing on the refinery, not the sickles. Command hub now being deployed on out. It will be almost complete. Where's the Allied MCV? Up north, so he has nothing on the build queue. Got an Ore Collector here. He needs to crush it. Best crush it to get a pretty good cash rebate. Vindicator's advancing. He has sold off one of the airfields. Looks like. Oh no! Don't crush it! Don't crush it! Okay. And now he's going to need to rebuild the Ore Collector. When he saw the Cryo Shot, he should have not have crushed it, because now he could have used it. Bullfrogs get some great hits there, but all the Bullfrogs go down. We got a good number of MiGs. They need to fall back. Ooh, and the Heroic Shot does come forward, getting a kill. Allied MCVs make its way forward. I hear a sentry gun being deployed now. A level 1 sentry gun. And we do got a nice little pick there on some infantry. Vindicator charging forward, does jump away, avoids all those bomb shots, very nice. And the MiG's gun down. There's a lot of Javelin troops here. None of them are quite veteran as well. 2 heroic, 2 veteran. Multi-gun turret has deployed now. It should be in range of the sentry gun, right? That should be in range. Let's jump on top of some of these forces, getting some great knockbacks there. But the multi-gun turret is posing a bit too much of a problem. And now the javelin troops are being cleaned on up. Bears are advancing, but the bears can gun down as well. Hammer tank coming in for a leech beam. Takes up both of those bullfrogs now. Now there's a lack of anti-aircraft for the Soviet player. The Soviet player is not in a good position at the moment. Fresh multi-gun turret has been deployed on out, as the other one is getting repaired up. When these hammer tanks do push a little bit too far forward. And great bombing runs there. Make receive a couple hits there. Now I got another multi-gun turret here. Sentry gun is firing away. Bears do get gunned down first. Notice the multi-gun turret does do more damage to the sentry gun than vice versa. Could leech down the rest of that. And that's going to clean up that multi-gun turret there. Infantry starts advancing. Flak troopers are also here as well. Barrack does not get a good roar there. A couple of the peacekeepers in back does not get roared on. Some more of those peacekeepers still not roared on, as the hammer tank does go forward for a nice crushes there, saves the barracks there, and deploy a bit more assets there. And more bears being deployed out. There's a couple multi-gun turrets here, so the Soviet player won't be able to advance in this region anytime soon. Now got a Vindicator bombing run coming on forward. It does take out the airfield now. Does throw some mag mine there. And now these bears are starting to be gunned down. Some conscripts are advancing as well. And the multi-gun turret does get cleaned on up. Some of the Apollos are now receiving some multi-gun turret hits. And he does not have the Crusher Crane anymore. He actually lost the Crusher Crane. He does have the War Factor here. That may be an MCV being queued up there, though that's building way too quickly. Without the Crusher Crane there, that means whatever infantry he loses, that's going to be more or less permanent until he gets a new MCV. Bullfrogs do claim a kill there, getting some great damage while shrunken. Does gun down two of those Vindicators. Very nice. Right now, the Soviet player is just trying to survive, trying to counter, not making any real advances. And now the construction yard has advanced. No multi-gun turret on the build queue just yet. And the MiG does find some hits there. We don't have an airfield out in the field anymore as well either, so those MiGs, or MiG is now all been cleaned up. Leech Beam has been going out, needs to get these guys back. Alright, again, that's gonna be game. Going to try to go for a massive crush there. This crush has to be very good, but it was not. All this force is quite frozen. The Terror Drone has not been frozen or has recovered. Bears have been recovered as well. One multi-gun turret is still here. Bears are advancing. Multi-gun turrets need to start focusing down with the hammer tanks there. And does get a nice roar there with the bears. Multi-gun turrets does get advanced, and I thought the Cryocan was going to be the end of the game for Soviet, but the Soviet players are actually advancing quite successfully. Trying to go for another multi-gun turret there. It does get cleaned on up. Engineer will go down as well. Or maybe not. And that Multigon turret does get cleaned on up. This engineer still alive. Potentially, if he were to set up his medical tent, he could heal himself up. Can engineers heal themselves? Guess we won't know. The Allies. Wait, he never built a war factory. He did not build a war factory, which means these Soviet forces will advance. And there's nothing stopping them. There's a garrison here, which is receiving some Molotov hits from the high ground. There's a boot camp here, which is cleaned off. Wait, how did the Soviet player, the Allied player just threw it away? He made a massive Cryogeddon, but I guess the hammer tanks were just enough. And all of those conscripts in the beginning of the game. What just happened? This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Disaster start. That must be disaster of the Soviets. GG 2v2v2, I'm guessing? Yes, it is. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Relic 3 replay. So on the right side as Red Empire, we have Dota. And usually this is set to his ally, the Greens. At this position here, as the Green Soviets, we have Click Clack. Spawning on the north right side as the Magenta Empire with Mark 777 Mark. And likely his Cyan ally, the Cyan Empire Bruce Lee 7. As the other opponent, as the Yellow Soviets, we have Car 7010. I have no idea. And as likely as blue allies, we have Malik ZW. Blue and red are definitely not friends. And yep, there's a bear next to Cyan's Dojo Core. So that is definitely means Green and Cyan are not friends. And I believe Magenta is coming down here to subsist his Cyan ally. We got mutual kills there. Fox troopers are in the region. More bears are advancing. Gets some good damage on the bears. Does gun him down. No, doesn't gun him down in time. Does gun him down in time. The fresh guy. And now we do have this bear advancing. Does get the bonsai charge there. And actually get the kill there onto the bear without mutual destruction. And now they do slice those Fox troopers. Nice kill there on the terror drone. And Green does get a good roar there, but there's a couple of these Imperial Warriors still here. And now we do got a Green Sickle. Will jump on forward, does get a good hit there. Now completely surround, which is good. Red and Green. Green deployed out a power plant next to his teammate. Not a big surprise there. We may see some more Sickles and deal with all those Imperial Warriors. Cash Bounty deployed on out, very nice. Got another reactor being deployed out as well. Council's lit, needs some money, get out the Sickle as soon as possible. This Sickle is severely wounded. Jumps on down, is focused out on that tank buster. More tank busters being deployed out by Magenta. Let's get some good hits there. This one is almost down, and more Sickles being deployed out by Green. Very nice. Though the War Factory has seen quite a bit of beating there, needs some more Sickles. These Sickles are getting quite wounded, doesn't have access to any repairs. Tank Buster does find a good hit there. And will try to gun down the Tank Buster before it gets on the garrison. Does get it before it gets in the garrison. War Factor receiving quite a bit of fire there. Cyan is low on power as well, so the Defender Corps won't do much. Green may just need to abandon his base at this current time. Keep whatever income he has. Try to pull out a refinery down south before his reactor goes down. Crusher Crane being deployed now. That constant repairs will be very useful with Sickle. Trying to keep his front line going. He doesn't want to abandon this region. Red has to be a bit more passive because he can't really support his teammate. Can't go across the bridge. He has to deploy out some Mecha Tengus and fly over here or drop him down. Tank busters trying to breach their way towards this refinery. Do also got a reactor here to distract. Got very, very large number of tank busters here. I don't think Green can hold this base location at the current rate. Magenta's doing a good job of supporting his teammate. Up north, we do have Red's counterattacking a Magenta. Very nice. When one of Green's refiners goes down, it's trying to build a war factory. How much income does Green have, or money? Sickles are staying alive, but barely. They need a lot of repairs. And that other refinery does go down there. He needs to sell off these wall segments, get them crushed. Does crush both of those sickles as he knows he's going to lose them. And didn't take time to crush this ore collector either. Magenta has been gutted quite a bit to point out some more infantry forces here. There's the MCV. And we'll spot this relatively exposed refinery as well. Doing some more aggressive advancements there. A lot of Imperial Warriors pulling out. Maybe has honorable discharge to throw in the mix of everything. Very good. A nice little cash bounty for Green as well, trying to get some income. Blue and Yellow being very defensive, which is good for Red and Green over here because they can't really afford all too much. Green's trying to go for a refinery right here. Not either naval refiner just yet. There's also a dog in the way. Does manage to keep out with those jet Tengus. This refinery location will go down. Cyan and Magenta had a huge swell of infantry. And we do got a construction yard here deployed out by Magenta, though he needs to start perhaps claiming up these regions. I'm not sure where he's going. He's actually perhaps eyeing here. Right now, Green just needs to focus on rebuilding. Just low on economy. Does cancels the Tesla coil there. Realized he was going to place on top of a refining location. And now Green is starting to get bombed up. He needs to get that on task. Green has lost his base up north. Not Green, Magenta. He does sell off that refinery now. And looks like Red's going to pull out some wall segments to support his teammate as well. Very nice. Oh, looks like Cyan. Nope, that's to clean up the rest of Red wall segments, or Green's wall segments. Green's going for a second refinery here. Red is going for his refinery here. Blue has a decent mixed force, nothing too critical. Going for some more bomb runs. Red is going for a big swarm of jet Tengus. And does get some more harassment there, this time onto Cyan rather than Magenta. Does break the bridge there. It has a refinery or power generator right there as well. It does spot Magenta's MCV there, which could be very handy for Red to get some good damage onto it. It looks like Magenta may be eyeing to go back to his teammate's war factory. Yellow, I don't think has done anything this game just yet. MCV has received quite a bit of fire there. Cyan's MCV needs to get back towards his own war factory. Got some jet or tank busters here. They can quickly gun down. Got a big swell of tank busters now pushing forward. He needs to get towards his war factory and some repairs. And now got some Athena split up by Blue. Green once again has abandoned his location there as well. This refiner does get cleaned on up. His war factory will be destroyed as well. Loses the Terror drone, and now bomber runs onto his refinery there. Green simply cannot catch a break. Actually, Green has deployed our ore refinery there. I think maybe using off his teammates' build radius. Handful infantry there. Magenta's infrastructure is not too significant. Blue, Scion's getting some much needed repairs from his war factory, that's for sure. It took a bit of time to get that repaired up. Super reactor, best to sell it off this one time. And Red won't need to focus on defense from his blue opponent now. Handful of multicolored turrets there, handful of guardian tanks, and a pair of Athenas. Low in power as well. Looks like Red has command up north. Green is still needs to migrate north as well. And got a big drop there on the Athena cannons. Doesn't finish that one off. Does finish it off now. The heroic one is still alive. And now the fuckers have healed up something up to full health, but we'll still see some shotgun blasts. And now these power plants will be going on down. Personal and low power may as well just sell off this infrastructure. Green should pass to sell off his reactor as well. Yellow still has pretty much done nothing this entire game and does find a dockyard core there. Get it cleaned up, very nice. Instant generator is now under siege, receiving quite a bit of fire. And now I got this force advancing as well. The Athenian cannon is still way lagging behind. As Red and Green's MCV will be evacuating this region once again. He's throwing some of this infantry inside these garrisons, trying to slow down his opponent. And does take out that unit there now. North, we do have the more harassment being put out by Red, very nice. Green's on 1 refinery economy, Red's on 2, Scion's on 2, Magenta's on 3. Sun also has a oil derrick. Yellow has done nothing, hasn't expanded, has been macroing poorly. Yellow must have a massive flow of income. Blue's expanding down to the sea. Now bears start making the way forward. Ore collectors backing away. We do have the jet tangus flying about. That's going to crush the bear there. And all bears get crushed by the power generator. Surprised the power generator to get efficiency from that, but of course I don't think you can get efficiency on them whatsoever. And now we've got an aircraft carrier deployed out by Blue, which is going to be hitting Magenta. Scion has a massive force here of a mix of mostly just infantry and a good amount of Striker VXs. The refinery's still alive, but barely. If the could have kept that around. Striker VXs could have shot down the aircraft, he would have advanced a little bit farther forward. Blue's deploy out another refinery there. Yellow has so far done absolutely nothing. Has got a battle lab and does not have enough income for a Crusher Crane, so he's spending his income. But he's, I suppose, still on just 2 refineries and has done nothing. Got a very, very mixed force here. Large number of terror drones as well. I have no idea what he's doing. Green has lost his refinery there. Green has no refinery, looks like. That does get cleaned on up. Now we've got the Vindicators advancing. As the Army subs will find this area, but they will be gunned up a little bit by the Assault Destroyer. Good naval escort there on the blue aircraft carrier. Of course, Imperial docks will be gunned down by the Mecha Tengus. And that did potentially allow Green, the Cash Bounty, to get out a refinery. Bought out a refinery from his teammates' build radius. And I do see down south, actually, there's another refinery here as well. So Green is trying to get his economy up and rolling. Red would like to also get more economy as well. Green and Red has to help each other out. The Green Soviet player, even if he doesn't, if he imagine he gets 0 economy, he can still at least deploy out his protocols when he does get them unlocked. The Union Suds are policing the seas, and they will find this refinery. Got a barracks here as well, so he's eyeing for a engineer to claim an oil derricks. Ooh, I don't know why, it seemed like that engineer didn't come out. And he does grab it. His teammate will need to throw his engineer over here, or over here. That's probably here safer. Red does have a decent force of jet Tengus. And looks like his aircraft carrier is still ripping apart Magenta. And got a nice desolate airstrike right there. Very nice. Was that a satellite or a time bomb? What was that? I saw a computer terminal. It looked like parts. I have no idea what that was. I saw a computer screen. I can't remember what has a small little green computer screen. Vindicator's coming for a bombing run. Let's take out that Mecha Tengu. And throw some bombs onto a power generator. And now this aircraft carrier is receiving something from Green, satellites. Can satellites get absorbed by black hole armor? Nope, it does not. Does get some good damage there on the Assault Destroyer. Got an Akulo sub deployed out by Green as well. Ultra torpedoes nailed the Assault Destroyer, but the weapon chambers from those hydrofoils will prevent any sort of further aggression. As right now, if Green needs to get, Red needs to get those jet tankers there. Does destroy that Imperial docks. And we'll go throw some torpedoes there onto the Assault Destroyer. Does finally get both of them jammed. See some bombing hits there onto the Akulo sub. Cleans up the Assault Destroyer now. Throw some torpedoes there as well. One more torpedo and that hydrofoil does get cleaned up. Another Akulo sub has been deployed now. That one does get cleaned up. Now there's too many Akulo subs for those hydrofoils. Throw some ultra torpedoes onto the aircraft carrier. And we've got more and more bombing runs there. This time there's enough jet tankers to clean up those aircraft, so Green can take his time to finish off these forces. Aircraft carrier does go down, but did its good damage there, and we do have a massive naval force here by Blue. Green can police the waters, so can not really Magenta. And Magenta does have a handful of ore collectors now. Magenta is also a little bit low in economy, has 2 refineries here. No, Magenta has plenty of economy. Cyan only has 2 refinery economy as well, currently. Horcruxes won't be able to do much. Doesn't take out Kulisov there. Kulisov should have done a final voyage. And Desolator strike onto this economic line. Magenta's now under siege. All Magenta and Cyan has to hope for is that the fact that they can... These Striker BXs need to get over here to shoot down those sortie aircraft from the aircraft carriers. Yellow's finally making himself presence known, and he doesn't realize the bridges are destroyed as well. Not gonna be blunt, Yellow is definitely a bit of a noob. Many of these air forces do get cleaned on up, so does the Terror Drones. Terror Drones do go across the water, but quickly get cleaned up by all the tank busters. More Terror Drones and Bears does cross the sea, and this force here is doing nothing. If he would realize the bridge is down and repair it up, he would be able to advance. Though if he repairs the bridge, it may be completely destroyed by those tank busters. Ooh, well, took that out. Was there a Tanya or something like that? Not sure if she took that out. Got these Guardian tanks. There's also one Mirage here. He could actually use the Mirage camouflage ability, which could be useful in this situation, actually. But we've got a massive wave of tank busters here, and many of them inside this garrison as well. I don't think Blue's able to punch forward with all these tank busters here. While the multi-gunners are called IFVs, they are not infantry fighting vehicles. Green's conscript does come forward, does spot a lot of this stuff here as well. There's a single Mirage tank for which is the only decent anti-infantry they have. Black Troop is also in the mix as well, firing, and we've got a pair of Athena cannons trying to displace these garrisons now. Let's go and gun destroy the units that are inside the garrison since they were stacked up and when they got ejected. Mega tanks won't do much versus the jet tankus we have here. Now, big crowd again is advancing. Red does lose get some of his guys frozen. Blue gets even more of his own guys frozen, but does get crushed for most of those guys there. And now these green forces manage to get a number of the shatters there, but will get overran by the Guardian tanks there. But we've got a couple mag mines of that Guardian tank there, killing it off. So a handful of Guardian tanks here. No sentry gun, no Tesla foil, no battle poker. Got a single Tesla trooper here. Getting some good damage in, but just a little bit outnumbered. And they got the skies cleaned up, but Red has landed, getting some great damage from these forces. I think Red should be able to clean this all up. Now Blue has lost most of his force. We've got a handful of Yellow forces streamlined in because he does not know how to properly control his forces. We've got some V4s in the mix as well. Now I've got a handful of hydrofoils here to escort this aircraft carrier. Got the Assault Destroyers as well. A little bit much in the AT air. So the Blue subs could do some good work there. No weapon jammers on those hydrofoils either. Magenta tried to go out for another naval core there, but was unsuccessful, and now we got a Shogun battleship deployed out by Red. Got a large number of anti-aircraft defenses here, which will do nothing versus a Shogun battleship. 2 Shogun battleships have been deployed out. Another Desolator strike came on in, very nice. It looks like got the free market upgrade protocol selected. Fills up all those forces, very nice. Another Shogun battleship deployed on out. how are those Shogun battleships missing these Imperial warriors? In fact, they just straight up can't target them. Oof, that is a bit of a problem there. Or red. Just ignore that Imperial warrior. Those infantry's in this area. Green has just primarily a defensive force here, nothing too significant. And I'm not sure what that was. Oh, got a follow on Twitch. Alcatraz Crew 1, thank you for the follow. Yep, it can be very fun. Though I don't play it whatsoever online. And we got these forces are advancing, got a good number of dolphins and hydrofoils here. A lot of anti-aircraft pieces here with the assault destroyer to boot. Here, oh, we got a big siphoning of that aircraft carrier. And does get a nice EMP missile there, freezing all of these hammer tanks. But aircraft carriers are very slow to pick these guys off. They could actually be unfrozen time. What is it you're playing? Right now, I just largely been playing a bit of War Thunder, honestly. I used to play quite a bit in Company Heroes 2. I do modding still with Company Heroes 2. But overall, I spend a lot of time casting, so I don't really have time to play games anymore. Plus, these hammer tanks have managed to recover and does go ahead and do a nice little micro there with the Terror Drone. The aircraft get immediately shot down when the Terror Drone snares the aircraft carrier. Does bomb the Terror Drone there now, and does now have an elite aircraft carrier hammer tank, which is a one-time use and completely disposable. So if it goes down, it's down permanently. Hydrofoils getting some great damage there on the Jet Tengus. Lots of damage there. But there's a lot of Yari mini subs there to clean up the hydrofoils there. And now the assault destroyers need to get off the Black Hole armor and start firing away against these Yari mini subs. Oh, and the Dolphin does get melted. A pair of Dolphins get melted by the Desolator strike. And now Stingrays are advancing. Does go brave the toxins. Good damage there onto the assault destroyers. Assault destroyers all down there, and that's an air. I didn't see that satellite there, and a great hit there by the Stingray there, wiping out all those extra hydrofoils. So Blue's Navy is now sunken. Yellow's advancing, getting killed there on the twin blades there, and Red's Mecha Tank Goose should be able to clean up all these forces here. Rock also got some tank busters here deployed on out, very nice. Up north, we've got. Wait, how did I not see the? Okay, I've not really been paying attention to the super weapons. Psionic Decimer has been picked off by Magenta's forces. He was in low power mode as well. Blue's Hot Proton Collider has been put on out, and Green does have an Iron Curtain that will be ready before the Proton Collider. Magenta will lose most of his air forces, all of his air forces here.
Catch me!
And now it's raining Mechatangus. Oh, I hear Final Squadron Omega. Is it Omega? The final squadron. And it's being cast on the Mecha Bay Core, finishing it off. Is Final Squadron Final Squadron X? Is it Final Squadron Omega? I almost can't remember what the final squadron is.
Burning up!
Oh, there goes all those chopper PXs, and they explode, knocking around some of these forces as well. The Dreadnought will be cleaned on up by these tank busters there. These forces are advancing, getting some good damage on in there. And you got also a magnetic satellite there, picking up some of Blue's forces there. He can cast that, move it around. But basically where it was actually cast, that may have been Yellow's. I'm also not exactly sure whose that was. If that was Yellow's, that was a really bad friendly fire incident. This prism cannon does need to get back up firing, but it was not firing the entire time. And now this Mirage Tanks getting some good damage in. Does clean up the Terror Drone infected one. And now it's just them trees. We'll go clean up that ore refinery there. Another war factory being deployed out. Best cancel at this point in time. It won't be able to be deployed out or anything useful. A handful of twin blades are advancing, but that's to be very careful about these multi-gunner IVs. You could potentially land them by trying to pick something up, use Iron Curtain on them, and then use a vulnerable Iron Curtain twin blades to clean up the Mirage Tanks. We'll get some rockets out of there. We'll clean up one of the Mirage Tanks. All the twin blades do escape out of there. We do also have Natasha deployed on the field, but we'll find these tank busters and the Pure Warrior inside that garrison, so she may be killed off there. Yeah. Now it's horribly played. Mirage tanks are making advances. Let's clean up that instant generator. Down south, we got some Shogun battleships. They're going to be needed to provide some shore bombardment. We got 4 Shogun battleships. And Green's trying to pull out some walls. Will not be successful. And we've got a massive swarm of jet tankers coming forward. We'll drop out in the mix of it. Even if it gets honorable discharges, that's going to be a lot of damage in. Green's twin blades advancing mix. They're not being focused out, so twin blades are getting some great hits there. And a massive cash bounty deployed out by Green, which also got some of his own buddies, guys in a cash bounty as well. Wall segments does get cleaned on up. We do got these cool subs cleaned up, whatever that structure was. And there's actually an Apocalypse tank here, sort of stuck. Yellow's advancing forward of a large wave of V4s and Apocalypse tanks. Blue still has Assault Destroyer here, severely wounded, however. And there goes that. Actually, there's a lot of infantry there. The 2 tank busters and the Pure Warrior, the garrison of that garrison. Twin blades being pursued by the jet tankers. They will get cleaned on up. And now got Red's advancing forward as well. Both sides has a massive number of jet tangus, but I think Red will win out. I see a lot of veterancy for Red as well. So much veterancy that Red's not even getting any veterancy up to getting kills. It is relatively close, but Red will win out. Both sides lost massive air forces there. And the vacuum player does go down. And he did not have the Iron Curtain up. Maybe it was low in power. If he had the Iron Curtain up, he could perhaps... The Iron Curtain should have been off cooldown. He must have been low in power. If he wasn't low in power, he could have Iron Curtain on the vacuum player to keep it alive. And here comes the satellite. Yeah, I said before, and I believe Yellow's a big noob. And I still believe that is the case. Does throw a Desolate airstrike there that may even Toxic Corrosion selected as one of his own units. And apparently submerged units cannot be affected by toxic corrosion. Never knew that. Try and pursue these Apocalypse tanks. We also got Tesla Coil here. And more reactors being pulled out by Green. And it's going to get these guys snared, and they will be slowly picked on up. They're not even set to aggressive, so I don't think they go. If they are set to aggressive, they should be able to target down that refinery. Though I'm always a bit iffy about the snares. And let's just try to get the veterancy passed on to the V4s. Got a veteran V4 there. Looks like Cyan has been knocked out of the game. Yep, see the MCV going down to Cyan. Magenta will be hit next. Up north, we've got Sentry Bombers being pulled up by Blue. That's a lot of Sentry Bombers. Got the remaining amount of bombs there. They do fall back now. large wave of Yari mini subs there. Maybe some last voyages to clean up some of these. Oh, that's a pretty nice EMP there. But here comes the Stingrays to clean up these hydrofoils. And there we go. They can clean up the V-Force, find a direct hit there onto the aircraft carrier as well, and blue subs in the mix as well. Aircraft carrier does get cleaned up, and this one does get snared by the Terror drones. Blue no longer has the C. Now it's firmly into red and green's hand. Looks like Magenta's backed out of the game as well. Now it's just a 2v2. And yellow has done crap this entire game. It's basically a 1v2 at this point in time. Blue does lose their refinery there. Green still has the Iron Curtain, which would be useful for any of the forces, whether it be his or his teammates. What is Yellow's economy? I have to know. This is Soviet player. He's spent dry building all those expensive units and immediately getting killed off and really did nothing.
Construction vehicle at your service.
Construction vehicles at your service. Looks like blue may have... No, it just was packed up. Not redeployed or built. Does go and clean that up now. We got some NCV receiving some fire. And does get the MCV there. Very nice. Ore Collector does go down. Some of the Sentry Bombers going down as well. Blue is just going to get overwhelmed. Blue has a massive ground force here. The multi-gun IFVs need to get back over here. Red still has a good swarm of Jet Tengus. A large number of them are heroic. And red does have the C secure. Maybe, yeah, there's a Crusher Crate here. Best idea, the Stingrays can be deployed on land, so keep them around, but maybe a good idea to crush the Akula subs. Shogun battleships can stay around as well. But the Akula subs, crushing them to get a bit of cash bounty wouldn't hurt as well. The Akula subs and the Yari mini subs. In this low eco game, you know your opponent's not going to fly a large navy anytime soon, and your teammate has plenty of twin blades to deal with a large navy. We're exploring out lots of refineries here, but these are depleted. That's hardly nothing. There's actually a decent amount there, and nice little bit of toxic corrosion there. We got a red, and does use the Iron Curtain onto the top of the Tesla coil there. It was the greatest Iron Curtain there? No, but it did force back the withdrawal. And now we've got some satellites being deployed out there. Red does dodge the satellites there. And this is a level 3 satellite likely. The Iron Curtain should, yeah, it does wear off there. You may need to sell off these structures. Actually, no, they actually do stay alive. It's starting to repair up the Tesla coil and building some more walls around it. The flak cannon can go down, and dreadnoughts are moving their way over there as well. The Shogun battleships should eye the same. Though I don't see the Shogun battleships, he actually may have crushed those. Athenian cannons are receiving some hits there, as well as Mirage tanks. Good, it's there. And now the Tesla coil does go down. Good enough take buses there, and they're getting a very good flanking hits. And now the Shogun battleships are still here in the fjord. And these guys are getting streamed and picked up one by one. It's an excellent choke point, and the Imperial Warriors are in great position because they just was a general move order, and they just had a shooting gallery in front of them. Massive advance by the Twin Blades there. Finish up the rest of these IFVs. There's not enough to provide any aircraft support anymore. And there goes Blue's ground army. And we got the Jet Tank, Mega Tanks finish off Blue's infrastructure. Yellow does not have crap. And I hear bloom bombs. So balloon bombs are being deployed on now to hit this infrastructure. Very nice. Which will absorb quite a bit of fire as well. And this area will be cleaned on up. Oh, that hopefully was greens, not yellows. But it does use that as the EMP effect to get rid of all these structures. Very nice. And there goes the airfield as well. Blue is going to be cleaned on up very shortly. Yellow has... How is yellow low on power? Yellow has not been attacked. It hardly did any worth of damage or anything when attacking. Blue's out of the game. Let's go and... I'm just going to fast forward. Yep, there we go. Super Reactor does go down there, and there's the rest of the infrastructure. Yellow backs out of the game. Well, very good game by most players. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And something I noticed as well, I've made my little avatar here a little bit off-centered, so the tails were floating in mid-air, so I'm going to get that fixed. That should be good. Notice as well... never mind. There we go. That should be fixing that part there. So it's a little bit off-center. I'll worry about that precisely later. Yep, let's go to an Infinity Isle replay. I'm not sure about this one, but let's go ahead and get it started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the right side as the Green Soviets, we have Oobleck. Spawn on the left side as the Magenta Empire, we have Dromo. We got a instant generator, some dojo cores, not big surprise. We got reactor here, as well as some bears, not big surprise. Likely combat engineer. Some dojo cores are advancing. Bear is advancing as well. Those are just defensive play style with these dojo cores. One for the engineer, one for probably just going to crush bears. Speaking of the bear is advancing. MCP has packed on up for the Empire player. And I got the combat engineers deployed on as well as a flak trooper with mag mines equipped. He's going to place magnetic mines on a wooden structure. The Empire engineer does manage to claim the oil refinery, or oil derrick block. And the bear did not manage to get the kill, though he did try. And now the dojo core is going to run over the bear. Nope, the bear does realize that he's going to be crushed, does run away. Can't be crushed by a hovercraft. To be honest, if you get ran over by hovercraft yourself, you're likely dead either way, because that is a lot of force that the hovercraft's flying directly over you. It won't be like, oh, it's above my head, how cool. No, you'll be shoved to the ground by all the air rushing down on top of you. It's not a helicopter, and if you've ever been underneath a helicopter, that's a lot of downdraft hitting you. It's also quite loud. Ore collector has been, or ore refinery has been deployed out at sea. And low in power there, he actually deployed out a Defender core here. He may be worried about perhaps sickle harassment or twin blades. So he will be prepared for some stingrays from that direction. Stingrays have been deployed on out. And that jet tanker will manage to escape on there. Does get the kill there on the tank buster. Very nice. That's a pretty easy thing for these stingrays to kill. And now going pursuing this ore refinery. you have a bullfrog to escort him. Does get a nice little cash bounty there. And does get a nice little cash refund there. Another stingray deployed out here. A lot of stingrays deployed out here. Very nice. You really don't see stingrays all too much, and they're not bad. Got a tsunami tank now deployed out in the field. And Stingray, this one is quite wounded. Tsunami tank, however, can chase down the Stingrays. We may see the electric discharge ability there. Tesla Surge. It does use the now deflector there. I don't think Tesla Surge can affect land units. If it does, it's probably a bug. Though to be fair, the sand's probably very wet. And now the Jet Tengus do transform away. Doesn't take any losses there, but does get a bit of damage in on these forces. Got a sentry gun deployed on out. Another ore refinery there, but he has not done anything to deal with these Stingrays though. One of them may have gone down actually. The Bullfrog could draw some fire there, allowing the Stingray to get a Tesla Surge. It does get the kill there on the Stingray, very nice. Those splitting up his forces allow him to save half of his army right there. Half of army of 2. And we'll spot the sentry gun there, and the conscript lounging around. Is he drinking? Yeah, he's drinking. I never noticed. I know that I always see the conscript lying around in the back of that, lounging around in the back of it, but I never knew they actually were drinking on the back of it as well. Does that mean that the Red Alert 3 has like an alcohol reference part of their rating? Because there's also, when it comes like the rated E, T, and M, there's also like a alcohol consumption part of it. Though they could just say, oh, it's not alcohol, it's just a drink. Non-alcoholic drink, right? To be fair, it's a brown bottle, not a clear bottle, so it's not vodka. Does get the kill there. One of those tank busters. The other one is still in the ground. Up north, we do got the Bullfrog. It has been chased down by that tsunami tank. We got another refinery being deployed out here as well. This one's a little bit vulnerable to the Soviets. You could perhaps deploy out some hammer tanks here with some leech beams. That should be able to range it no problem. Engineer going for the observation post. Will he deploy out a battle bunker while at it? Over here, we've got the Mecha Tengu advancing. We've got the what's called the fortress wall has been deployed out as well. And he does not save the bear there. I was going to say that's a really stupid way of keeping the bear alive, but I was thinking, oh, that could be quite useful. He really doesn't want to deal with that tank buster. But now, since he could get the wall off in time, the bears will need to... Does get the roar there, so now he will be swiped. And see here, he swiped left, swiped left with his claw. Nice infect there onto the ore collector. That will be close enough for him to actually save the ore collector as well. Very nice. Tesla coil being put out there. Will that be in range? It appears to be. Gets a direct hit there onto the ore collector, one-shotting it. And now this refinery is locked down. He's starting to rebuild it there. That's not going to work. He does cancel it, sells it off. Wait, well, the flak troopers got gunned down there? Okay. Well, flak troops are dead. We do also got a combat engineer here. And these forces will be cleaned on up. I was wondering if he's going to try for some sort of cheeky battle bunker play. You got another MCV here. That's a Eureka Omega getting gunned down by the Twin Blades. So this was a Eureka Omega. That means there's a tier 3 barracks dojo right here. Will we see some Rocket Angels? Likely not. The barracks does get cleaned on up. Green's trying to go for a defensive test coil here. He does know about everything there because of the observation post. Some of these Twin Blades are being cleaned on up. The Bullfrog getting some good damage on in, but I don't think he got any of them shot down. Bullfrog being pursued. Will get some great damage there. Great micro on the Bullfrog, and does jump on down and get some repairs right next to the War Factory. Very nice. Getting some good damage on these forces. No anti-aircraft piece in the region. And we've also got a squadron of MiGs, just 3 at the moment. Some tanks will fall back. We do have these a Bullfrog out at sea. Another Eureka Omega deployed on out. This could be very powerful or very not, like the last one. And Wave Force Artillery deployed on as well. Some Jet Tankus engaging. Does got one of the MiGs there. Very nice. Tsunami Tank does get cleaned up by the Twin Blades. Another Jet Tank goes down as well to the Bullfrogs. Not a whole lot of escort there for Eureka Omega. Maybe so a handful of pure warriors would help. And more of these Mecha Tengu or Jet Tengus does get some hits, receive some hits. Do have point defense drones here, and I'm about ready to sneeze. Or maybe not. Tesla Coil does charge up a shot there. Wave Force Artillery is going to be used to crack that, but no, it does receive some hammer tank hits there. If he uses the Leech Beam, does get the gun there at the last moment. Eureka Omega is juggling some tanks there. Eureka Omega does get gunned down by the Twin Blades. Does capture the observation post there with the entire engineer. He still has a Wave Force Artillery onto that hammer tank there, so we've got one Wave Force Artillery hammer tank. No levels of veterans yet. The other guys are quite wounded, perhaps use the Leech Beams on the observation post. Crusher Crane. That's going to be for repairs, not for crushing. You get much needed repair. These forces are all quite wounded. At least a good number of them. I got another wave of ham tanks deployed on out. Wave Force Artillery lining up a shot. And does receive a good shot there from this Wave Force Artillery, but the Crusher Crane is in the region. However, the Crusher Crane has only 3 repair drones, and it will take quite some time to get enough repairs from these guys. Wave Force Artillery does find a shot there, does use some premature fires. Multiple of these Jet Tankus do get cleaned up by the MiGs. Another Eureka Omega, but Eureka Omega does get gunned down right there. Trying to make Eureka Omega work, but she's just charging forward most of the time. Now we've got a King Oni deployed on the field. Wave Force Artillery fires a shot there, does get killed there. And Bull Charge does not come forward, does get the kill down the Bullfrog. Now the King Oni is going to receive some fire there. King Oni is going to advance or fall back. He needs some Striker VXs here. I've got a Striker VX here. The King Oni is using hits there. He's trying to leech down and get himself a free head. So is that how you get head? He does get a free head there. that Desolator Airstrike, I wonder? Yep, regular Desolator Airstrike. Ore Collector does get gunned up quite a bit. And another Yuriko Omega. Does come himself the observation post there, which will blind his opponent. Defender Core here in a good position. Good number. Now he has a pair of Striker VXs as well as King Oni here. It's a powerful force. I don't know if it's good. It doesn't really have a whole lot of force here. And it looks like the Wave Force Artillery Hammer Tank has gone down as well. So that's a King Oni Hammer Tank. And Yuriko Omega and the Force will clean up the army. Got regular, probably level 1 satellites running on in. Yep, the 3 Sputniks. Okay, he's getting some more defense force here. But we do got a Testicle here, but I believe Yuriko Omega should be able to get that behind the wall segment. Does Yuriko outrange a weapon like that? Going out some more wall segments there. Yuriko Omega is going for the hit there. Can finish off that. And does do a nice shout there that walls became a detriment to the Soviet player. And does pick up the Terror Drone in time. Oh, didn't finish the Terror Drone there, but the Chopper VX does clean it off. Clean it up. Trying to get through all these forces. The Bull Charge can go through multiple layers of walls. Tesla Coil is here as well. Managed to pick up some of the infantry there with Yuriko Omega, allowing the Chopper VX's, Striker VX to get some hits, kills there. And now a good time for some Bull Charges onto the Tesla Coils. 2 Bull Charges can finish off Tesla Coil. Got a Mass Leech there. He still has the King Oni head there. He gets to a second head there. And Yuriko Omega is right here, and there's actually a massive hit by these Twin Blades, and MiGs are here to escort as well. One of the MiGs is at fully heroic, is low in power as well, so the Defender Core doesn't get any shots off there. Completely cleans up the naval expansion. This expansion has not been cleaned up, going for another incinerator, maybe going for another refinery now. And Green has expanded out down south. Out to the sea. Got this ore refinery trying to be rebuilt as well. And we got the Emperor's Rage deployed on here. He will need to get these units into combat sooner rather than later. And now, was that satellites? Oh, that was Desolator Airstrike. Does pick up one of those guys here. Being hit there. Does pick up one. Yuriko Omega does get focused down there. Property VX is both fully heroic, but there's no more MiGs here. And they're constantly firing away because they were in Leech Beam mode. And now these Twin Blades going quickly pick off those, but we've got the MiGs now advancing by the Flak Troopers and the Bullfrog. Magenta is going to see these under hit. That's maybe end the game. I don't see a whole lot of infrastructure left. In fact, I see no infrastructure left. This is Anagrey saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. That was a lot of Yuriko. Yep, and there's the rest. Let's see, this one right here. And I know I did this one as well. Let's see. Let's go for this one, then Infinity Isle, then go for the last 2 there. Not familiar with this map. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Yellow Soviets, who selected random. We have Blind Honor. 14. Spawn on the top right side as a Cyan Soviet, who's also selected random. We have Gen 019. We got a Crusher Crane opener here, and a Crusher Crane opener here. Interesting. See, I don't think I have a casted replay on this map here. There's got ore refineries over here, ore refineries down here. We got ore refineries here and here. Oil derrick here, garage here. Of course, it mirrors. Hospital in the corners as well. Both players have a relatively easy access hospital and garage, as well as a oil derrick. The garage, of course, a little bit exposed, but be great for either Soviet player to clean their garage. And now do have the ore refineries being built now as well. And now there's combat engineers eyeing for the oil derrick. That, of course, provide them some immediate economic benefits. Is the barracks still up and going? Yes. Maybe going about for another engineer, perhaps onto the garage. No engineer or barracks for Cyan. You've got a number of these reactors here and a large number of walls here, since these refineries are uniquely placed that the wall segments can actually reach each other. So that means both players probably spend a little bit extra income there. No, this one, you can see here, he was... Actually, no, look. These refineries not lined up. These refineries are lined up, which means this map is not perfectly symmetrical. Which also means that the fact that the player on this side will have to spend more income just to lay down walls, and he has no real way to prevent that other than building more extra walls to the right or left, like go like this. Yeah, either way, this player has to spend more on walls. Speaking of which, spending more on walls, we've got the Cyan player going for some extra walls here. Ore collector here as well, so both players have gone for the 3 refinery. This may be some sort of treaty, don't attack in the first couple minute game, because the bear is just now finally coming in scout. Neither players have really gone out scouts until just now. Garage has been claimed by yellow, which is actually very important. And Soviet player, Cyan Soviet player has expanded out to the sea. Yellow Soviets also expanding out the sea. And we do have a sentry gun being deployed on Mount. And immediately going for his 2 refineries there with thanks to his Crusher Crane, which I think Cyan is going to get more defensive approach. Does clean up that bear, which did stop the expansion right there. That may be one reason why he went a little bit late with that refinery as well. And over here we do have, looks like a pair of hammer tanks advancing with another layer of walls. More walls being deployed now. Very nice. Got a single twin blade here. You will spot the garage repair effect. And this twin blade, okay, there's the rockets. And the airport received quite some hits there. With the garage active, it's going to take a long time for Cyan to actually clean up these hammer tanks. With 2 of them there, he does actually pull out Tesla Trooper as well, going for the snare there. Very nice. Does focus on the one that's actually firing as well. Very good micro. But the airfield has received quite a bit of damage. And there's also a Terradrome there. Wait. Does Terradrome does weird stuff in the EMP field? Because that was a weird animation I don't think I've ever seen before. Do Terradromes do something weird in those EMP fields? They are robotic, so they should be snared by it, so they may actually just bug out and go crazy. We do got a battle lab here, okay. And super reactor over here, as well as a flak cannon, as well as a naval yard. Blue has not claimed his oil derrick as well, or Cyan. And now we could potentially see some dreadnoughts. And maybe it's low in economy, but it is building relatively slow. There's maybe a dreadnought. And the airfield is receiving some repairs. Needs a lot of repairs. And wait, a pair of combat engineers has been deployed out. He needs to sell off the super reactor. Actually does save the super reactor there. And this other one will be rushed down. That was an interesting attempt. And it ultimately failed. Now we've got a cool sub here and a cool sub here. Okay, this game just going a little bit crazy. It's a very slow game, and both players are going for similar build orders, but ever so slightly different. Another cool sub here. He has a battle lab, but has not used it. Actually, no, he has used it. Natasha. The order has been spotted and will be destroyed. We've got a pair of flak cannons here. Maybe it would have been a bit better to throw some flak troopers inside these garrisons rather than a pair of flak cannons. Very good job there of dropping in some reinforcements. Relatively rare thing to see. Oh! He does not actually get the sell off in time. He should have sold that off. And the Stingray is still in the air and is getting gunned down. Throwing down a satellites there from Yellow. Destroys his own sickle there. It looks like all those cannons do go down. Still low power though. And is this Cyan? These are Cyan Tesla coils being deployed out on the front line as well. He has a super reactor for healing, and he could just not sell off the super reactor because that's basically a nuke inside your opponent's base. Now we do have a barracks being sold off the last moment right there, being rebuilt by Yellow. And now we've got a pair of Tesla coils there hitting the Crusher crane and the walls. Or no, the flak cannon. And whatever those are there, those are called flak troopers for mag mines. And he's hit that other flak trooper there. More mag mines coming out down. Does clean that one up now. Could repair up the Tesla coil. That one does get shocked up a bit. This one's almost down. More flak troopers being deployed on out. Down south, got a big wave of cool subs. Yellow's cool subs are... A cool sub is doing some good harassment there. Cyan has run low on power now, and now going out a pair of barracks. Has been repowered up, now gets lose power because of the barracks. And these mag mines will clean these structures up. He could try... He's not doing anything for these barracks. Flak cannons of his own, flak troopers of his own, as well as some conscripts wouldn't be half bad. Mag mines now being thrown onto these barracks. And those conscripts do get cleaned on up. This one is going out unit there. Could be a Tesla trooper there. Now, Cyan does not longer have any infrastructure here except for a single wall segment. Speaking of which, I just realized this refinery has gone down. There's got to at least be... Yep, there's a dreadnought here. Yellow has a massive wave of cool subs here. Engaged Blue's Cyan's cool subs. Let's get nice ultra torpedoes there. But here comes the dreadnought being quickly focused down. Cool subs pushing way forward. I got more cool subs and a dreadnought to go about Cyan, but there's just way too many yellow cool subs. And we've got Natasha now inside this garrison with some flak troopers. And Natasha's going to get some airstrikes in. Actually get some airstrikes. And that Tesla coil is in range, but they're going to be focusing on the barracks there. Tesla coil needs to be cancelled. Natasha will outrange it. Does go in and get a snipe shot on the conscript as well. Over here, Cyan's cool subs pushing way forward, gets great hits there onto the MCV. Throws into ultra torpedoes as well. Yellow's MCV does pack up. There's no Crusher Crane in this region. And trying to escape these Akula subs. And I think he maybe escape out there. That one does get cleaned up. There's still one more close-up. Satellites raining on in. And Yellow's MCV has gone to land, which does have also garage for free repairs. But Dreadnought's advancing forward, but the Akula subs should be able to handle it. Good idea perhaps to pull out barracks over here to get out an engineer for repairs, so it'll be cheaper that way. But Natasha and the Flak Troopers are advancing. And Natasha's not getting hit first, but the Flak Troopers, their damage output sucks. It does take out that airfield now, and Natasha does get gunned down. Science are pulling out a large number of cool Dreadnoughts, but not enough escort here. Crusher Crane here. And its refinery is still going, so it looks like Yellow has only lost this one here. Blue has not claimed this ore refinery. And that's about this Dreadnought here. These guys should have been on attack move order. And now they're all sneaked on by the Dreadnought. When they shouldn't be sneaking, they should be attacking. And now Dreadnought's now firing, and he gets hit there in the refinery, because no attack move. And it sees all of these Dreadnoughts here as well. Horrible micro. I don't mind lower rank games, but seriously, a lot of lower rank people just attack move everywhere. And that was not done here. Refinery does go down there. The Dreadnought does go down as well. We've got more Dreadnought shots hitting these Akula subs. These Akula subs need to be attacking move forward to get their torpedoes in the fight. And Ultra Torpedoes do connect with that Dreadnought there. Yellow should be able, looks like Yellow's backing off the Crusher Crane. I would say actually attack at this point in time. At least the ones that are not damaged. Let's hold the health bars here. Because the ones that are not damaged could attack and do some good infrastructure damage. Science still trying to repair up this MCV here. And that's a Kirov. Does find some hits there. More Kirovs raining on in. There's a number of flak cannons here and bullfrogs. Does get a kill down the conscript, and now the Kirov will be cleaned on up. Taking out some more wall segments while at it. Satellites raining on in. I think that's going to be level 2 satellites. Nope, looks like it is the International Space Station. Something died there. Oh, got Natasha here as well. And gets a pilot snipe on the MCV, claims it, and Yellow backs out of the game. I forgot you can actually pilot snipe the MCV. Oh, that's a good way to make your opponent rage quit. Either way, this is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And something I want to adjust as well. Trying to get this in a good spot since I messed it up. Let's see. I believe that was this one right there. Yep. So let's go to corporate warfare. Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Blue Empire, we have number 1. Spawn as his teammate as the Green Allies, we have YLAXOVAFBBD7FPLKXKUQ. I have no idea how to even pronounce that or even the origin of that name. And as their opponent, as the yellow allies, we have O-Q-X-D-R-E-A-A-A-A-A-A-A-A-A-A-A-A-Q. And his teammate as a red allies, we have Dutch Army. We got some dogs advancing on forward. Will it be a dog-eat-dog world? Or will a dog be a dog-eat-dog world? Which dog will eat which dog? Dojo Corps advancing, trying to capture up this oil refinery, or oil derrick. Wow, I get those words mixed up all the time. Over here, a stream of peacekeepers advancing down the center. Got a dog out to sea. Javelin Troop was killed off by the green dog, or the red doggy, but he does claim the bridge. So the red dog will advance. It will spot the no refinery there, but it is dual barracks advancing forward, streaming forward peacekeepers. It's not usually a map you see people streaming infantry. Trying to get this garrison. There's a lot of damage already on the peacekeeper, thanks to the fact that it was running around a little bit. Does get killed off before getting the garrison, but there's enough peacekeepers to throw in there. Should be able to claim the garrison. Looks like just one peacekeeper remains there. You got a burst drone on top of the ore collector now as well. Do also have some javelin troops on the high ground there, which will get these garrisons decrewed. Like that one there. So that one may be in range of this one here, but we're seeing just too much fire there. Javelins course a bit more for the buildings and pump action shotguns. And that burst drone does get cleaned up by the javelin troop. Peacekeepers lining on up here. You got a handful of peacekeepers here as well. And Yellow's Vindicators coming in for a bomb run. Great bomb splits there. Throws one, then drops two. Probably easier to drop one than two, because you just have to drop one and just let them unload the next one. Peacekeepers are advancing. These green peacekeepers getting gunned down. Got more Imperial Warriors advancing forward as well. You've got this instant dojo being instantly destroyed. And now I've got a bonsai charge away with these Imperial Warriors trying to get in the garrisons. Does claim the garrisons for himself. Got some javelin troops in the mix as well. Overall, green does have a good amount of infantry deployed on out. We got the red dog preventing the wall right there. Being good boy. It does get some guys inside of his teammates' riptides to get out of that area. Very nice. Ore refinery has been deployed out by green, so green's going for an early expansion in the middle. Blue has got his top expansion, so is this one, and this expansion has been claimed by yellow as well. You got these Apollos advance forward. We'll find the jet Tengus. Romania does transform right there. Defender Corps here, just to prevent any sort of cryocopter harassment. We could see an airfield here. This airport would be quite useful for the Empire player, and wouldn't be half bad for the Allies as well. Bombing run coming on in. We do got the green MCV advancing, and great hits there on the Vindicator. Gets a free Vindicator. Ortegon turrets are being deployed out right there. Bunch of shields also as well. Is he going for a boot camp? I see some build there. Maybe a boot camp for the airport. Down south. Oh, we got a massive wave here. That was the load up by his teammates. Peacekeepers there. Very, very nice there. And now the jet tankers should be able to quickly finish that off. Does get some body blocking there as well. You may lose this one here. Audible discharge takes out all the peacekeepers, including one, and the dog gets gunned down as well. No airport right here. Does have a boot camp here, so can claim it. These guys seem a little bit slow. I don't know why. Base of formation move doing it. Green's MCV has received a bit of fire there. Could throw some repairs onto it. And these Riptides can retreat out to sea. About Riptide. This Riptide has actually getting some good damage there onto the Prospector. A lot of Javelin troops out here, and he will make his way out to sea. Ooh, big, he does get enough power there for his multi-gun turrets now. There's a large number of multi-gun turrets deployed on out. Green has a massive force of infantry here. Maybe an engineer here for a medical tent wouldn't be half bad. Of course, you will never see those. There is observation post here. Dry dock over here, but there's no... I thought there was a hospital on this map, but I guess not. Now this player has gotten the dry dock either. Maybe a good idea to grab a dry dock. It never hurts, just for these red Riptides here, who's going for a massive flank here. Double cryo shot, but enough. Green has not properly responded and does get split up there, and now yellow does go a nice flank there as well. Red is getting great damage in as well. And all these forces cleaning up and doesn't lose a single allied force right there. Handful of pure warriors here. A lot of multi-gun turrets here. They're going to need to get some artillery potential to take that out. Jet Tengu's flying up forward, does get some, receives some kills. Doesn't get a whole lot of kills in return. A lot of javelin troops are firing away as well. Jet Tengus are trying to find a good assault there. Does get some harassment there. Sells off the walls there to allow these javelins to fire in there. Does drop in right there as well. Can't easily defend that one. Riptides needs a lot of help there, and the rest, and this one needs the Riptides to advance. Jet Tengus are advancing, backing off away. Could try laying on the ground here. Yeah, he does do a massive land route right there to get the Prospect. The Prospect will go down, no problem. Motogun turret has been put up there. And Red's Riptides are advancing. This Jet Tengu is still alive. Doesn't advance to get honorable discharge off. Throws some bombs there, completely whiffs because it's already dead. And now we've got the power generator being hit by the Mecha Tengus. And seeing how much power they're spending onto these turrets, it's quite important. Mecha Tengus flying up north does spot the sea expansion. And now we've got a low power there. That losing that power plant did make a difference for a brief moment. It does get the kill there with the honorable discharge on that Prospector. The other one goes down as well. Needs to transform these as soon as possible. Does get to transform. Now the Apollo's coming there and respond to these Jet Tengus. And they're probably going to get gunned down quite a bit, though this Apollo does go down as well. Proper focus firing does allow the Jet Tengus to trade a bit more evenly. That does go down there as well. And it goes down as well. Getting some damage there on the Prospector. Another power generator deployed out by Red. A lot of multi-gun turrets deployed out the field. And good harassment there onto Yellow. What has Green done recently? I see a lot of aggression by the Blue Empire player, but Green hasn't done a lot of aggression at the moment. The airfield has been destroyed, so no air repairs for either player. Cryo shot, trying to disrupt that multi-gun turret. Does get a nice little pick there. Cryo shot there. We definitely know his teammates' cryo shot is off cooldown since they cast them beforehand at the same time as well. Javelin troops getting some good hits there, but they're spreading out their damage. Hasn't been getting enough kills there. Times you push you at the dry dock. Yellow has a good force here, but mostly composed of Javelin troops, while Green has a good number of Peacekeepers. So loading up on these Peacekeepers inside that multi-gun turret is all you need to do. Does go down a naval dockyard here, getting some good repairs onto them. Green's infantry forces are falling on back, getting a little bit overran. Got some chopper VXs now advancing forward. And we've got a force fire on the ground there with the laser lock javelins, trying to get the black hole armor to work against him. He did not cast far enough forward. Peacekeepers getting some good shots in, and now all these missiles rips apart the black hole armor there. Went way too far forward. And I noticed all those javelin shoots went down quite quickly as well. That could have been from the multi-gun turret, but I wonder if those also javelin missiles landing on the ground killing the Peacekeepers after the black hole armor was flying about. Shogun battleship has been deployed on out to the sea. It's there on the Prospector. We do got a single Sea-Wing for anti-aircraft support. It's going to need to get out some more Sea-Wings. Does shrink down those Shogun battleships as the Sea-Wing does get some anti-aircraft missile shots. It does not get another hit there, but do got more multi-gun turrets spotted out here for likely for anti-aircraft or anti-infantry purposes. These assault destroyers do get hit severely wounded, and now we've got a Wave Force artillery deployed out by Blue as well, which should be able to hit those. Then again, a collateral shot there, but the Wave Force artillery should help hit both the assault destroyer and those multi-gun turrets. Shogun battleship is still shrunken. He needs to get out this dry dock. There's the engineer for the dry dock. Sea-Wings do spot the assault destroyer. Or assault destroyer can fire into sea. And now there's a dry dock, so that will alert their opponents that they have dry dock. Now here comes Vindicator bomb run. Does take up that Shogun battleship there. Does get one of the Vindicators, however. Up here, Green's advancing. A couple guys, these guys got frozen. Maybe from a cryo shot from Green. Speaking of a cryo shot, Blue's Wave Force artillery just got frozen. Cryo blast here. That one does get killed off by the aircraft carrier, and does get some guys in that freeze as well. Blue's still frozen. It does get shattered as well. It was frozen for a long time. Wave Force artillery advancing as well. There's a fresh Wave Force artillery. And it's got the Shogun battleships. Got a fully heroic Shogun battleship now barraging those infrastructure. The infrastructure is forfeited. But these aircraft carriers can be a bit of a problem. He needs to sell off all this infrastructure. There's no point in holding on to that stuff. Greens. Oh, EMP missile does connect with these forces there, leaving one Striker VX un-EMP'd. Because another bomb run onto the Allied MCV, and getting out to sea will give them health regen. Well, it's health regen. And there goes the Wave Force artillery now. And there's 2 aircraft carriers. This is a lot of firepower coming out of it. But we've got 4 Shogun battleships going around. Got the aggressive mode activated, so some of the rear turrets may finish off that command hub. Looks like not. This Prospector does get spotted. And over here, got a massive wave of Apollos pushing way forward, but Chopper VX is enough to ward them away. Yep, command hub is still alive. This Prospector is still in the region. Or that was this one here. Now Shogun battleships bring in their broadside to hit this infrastructure here. Yellow's infrastructure will go down quite quickly here. Just have to rely on this infrastructure here and this single refinery there. Massive bomb runs, takes out the heroic Shogun battleship there. Still got an elite one, and the dry dock can repair up the others. And Yellow's now out of refineries, still has oil derrick. So maybe I need to consolidate some of the infrastructure. What little the infrastructure he has. Cryo, Geddon completely freezes that entire front line, barring Reds. Oh, another Cryogeddon here. That's Greens. May get frozen there. Another Cryogeddon to zone out this force. They're using 2 Cryogeddons to zone out that 1 Cryogeddon. That's actually good for Green and Blue. Using 2 Cryogeddons to stop 1 is an expensive investment. We also got some Tank Buster ambush surprise right there. However, one of these Shogun battleships do get frozen by the Twin Blades here. Now the Apollo's advancing with the Vindicators from Red, or from the Riptide right there. Blue's MCV may go down. That's a lot of Cryocopters. Green's yeah, that got frozen. didn't take too long to freeze. There's so many cryocopters. Blue does have a good number of sea wings, but that may not be enough. They will get all shrunken when they get hit by those cryocopters. Sea wings are going to be firing away. It does shrink some of the Shogun battleships. Some of these cryocopters do go down. They need to get back underwater. These chilled ones. Good hits there. Good micro with the sea wings. Riptide's in the region, but does get killed off by the shrunken Shogun battleships. The shorter minimum range allows them to quickly fire it off with quick barrage to finish it off. Green's infrastructure is going down to the aircraft carriers. There's one hydrofoil and one assault destroyer and 2 aircraft carriers. If this one gets fully heroic, it can finally get some health back. But its bomb runs are hitting wall segments. Blue does have a good amount of chopper VX or striker VXs and Mega Tengus. Yellow only has a defense force of infantry. Does get this refinery built there. Still has an oil derrick alive, but that's about it for Yellow's economy. And the command hub is still alive here, so potentially able to do a sneaky expansion. The Shogun battleships are finally being unshrunken. The Sea Wings need to start firing away. Does get one of the Shogun battleships shrunken. A lot of these cryocopters will go down. Does start hitting these Sea Wings here. The torpedoes and the Riptides will finish them off quite quickly. Shogun battleships just have to run. Nope, they're going to fire onto the MCV and takes out that ore refinery. And that was about that. They have not got their own dry dock there. Black Hole Armor is trying to absorb as many shots as possible. And we do got the EMP missile hitting Blue's force there, but that should be not debilitating at the moment. A lot of shotguns here. Assault destroyers in the region, throwing some shots, or absorbing enough shots there. Another EMP missile there from the other aircraft carrier. That was a bit more. That was a bit hit harder. Now here comes a Cryogeddon here. And another Cryogeddon here. That's 2 Cryogeddons right there. Freezing down this entire force. Ooh.
They need to be taught a lesson.
And Team Southside had to retreat, surrender. Just 2 Cryogeddons. Ugh. In a very narrow choke pointing map, that would just annihilate any force there. This is Anna Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I think that was this one here. Let's go to this one before doing deleting. Did I actually load that replay twice? I may have bugged out the game because I think I loaded the replay twice, bugging out the game. Like, I hear the music, I hear stuff, but I think I may have bugged out the game right there, and I saw 2 loading bars. Yep, I bugged out the game. I still see a black screen. Yep. I'm gonna have to kill that. Task manager. There we go. That's cleaned up. Sorry about that. Oh, and EA crashed. Oh, good thing to know. You compare and load multiple replays at once. Don't do it. Not a good idea. Really not a good idea. And now we have to wait for the game to load on up. There it goes. Click on load once. There we go. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the red allies, we have Delta 7. Spawn on the left side as the orange allies, we have Backline. Backline, but he's on the front line. Oh, either way, we got some boot camps deployed out. We got the dog being deployed on out, eyeing for the oil derrick. And Peacekeeper here, not a dog. So, it won't be a dog eat dog world. It's going to be the dog versus the ATF. And generally the ATF wins. Oh, combat engineer. Another Peacekeeper here. Not going with dog out is a bit risky because you need perhaps a forward scout to prevent the dog to hit, prevent your engineer going down. Does deploy out for refinery here. Another dog. Now we have dog deployed out by red. Got some peacekeepers here. I'm to advance over here. And the dog will advance forward. There's no peacekeepers in this region. And orange does claim this oil derrick as well. These peacekeepers eyeing some aggression on the orange oil derrick. Maybe that's why he went for the peacekeepers first. Going to fly, able to apply these peacekeepers to apply aggression to this oil derrick before orange can really respond with his own peacekeepers. Orange can bring over a pair of peacekeepers over here. Red has a dog over here, which could flank the force. Got an orange peacekeeper here. And some javelin troops streamed on through the center with the peacekeepers. Not peacekeepers, javelins. Got a somersault right there. No Cirque du Soleil. All out of sync. Not very good at that. And these shotguns will eventually close up this oil derrick as well. Both sides getting a small amount of income from it. Actually, red is not going down. Here, Riptide's being deployed on out. Going to try to load some infantry up into it. Lots of infantry there. He may be eyeing for some sort of big naval assault. Maybe he's going to go through land. Not sure what he's planning. Could have kept those peacekeepers there. They are not being loaded on up, so that's got to be a misclick there, I would say. And orange red now advancing with his own MCV here. Don't see red infantry there. Oh, there's a lot of javelin troops there. Both of them doing the exact same thing. Let's load up inside the Riptide as well. Red spoil out a multi-gun turret there, which help body block the orange MCV. And now got a lot of... Oh, they're not laser locked, even though the animation bugged out. Probably turned on or off laser lock when he entered in the Riptides. And that was bugged out as well. Got a massive wave of orange Riptides advancing forward. 5v5 of a bunch of scattered infantry. 6 red Riptide has advanced. It looks like overall red's in a better position. It's 6v6. But it looks like orange is a little bit more wounded. And the crushing yard, it has seen a bit of fire there. The multi-gun turret is still alive, which could be useful. Orange has the garrison his own. Red has the garrison his own as well. Both sides losing a substantial amount of force. Red supply has another multi-gun turret there as well. Orange losing a number of Riptides now. Red still has a handful of his. And Red's infantry will win out. Good damage onto now the MCV. Does get a nice little crush there. It's red still has a handful of infantry. And the oil deck still lies, so red does have superior income. Small amount, but it is noticeable. MCV maybe trying to pursue these Riptides now. Now the construction yard is getting repaired on up. We'll see some fire there. Javelin could get a laser lock there. And that is not a garrisonable hut there either. Does get crushed by the Riptides as well. And some of these orange Riptides will go down, but the infantry of red is a little bit exposed, of course. And orange does supply our ore refinery there now. Red should, or orange should be able to win out, though we've got more Riptides coming on forward for red as well. If orange is able to focus on fire a little bit better, that probably will help them out. This prospector is under siege now. Let's finish off that one. The prospector does go down. Red should be able to lose, but does clean up that prospector, which is a nice little pickup. Prospector, of course, does cost 1,000 to get replaced. Oh, I did not see these laser lock javelins. Cleans up that ore refinery there. Peacekeeper, however, finds some kills there. This prospector still alive. Does go and pack on up. Going for regular shots there. Now there's the laser lock. And did not clean up right there. There we go. Now it gets cleaned up. Orange in pursuit now. Red is in a great position there. Both of these refineries have been cleaned up. Orange is down to 1 refinery, while red has 3 and the oil derrick. Orange is not going to win at the current rate. Good hits there onto the Riptides and cleans that one up. Now got fully heroic Riptide. Maybe drop off the infantry and then push forward with the Riptide. Is he in laser lock range? Not with this one, at least. But he is in this one. And Orange is back out of the game. Nice, quick, action-packed replay. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. See, got both of those done. This is my last replay in my queue. So this is going to be my last replay for tonight. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the right side as the Green Soviets, we have Oblek. Spawn on the left side as the Red Allies, we have Putin, Julio. Reactor, not big surprise. We've got a barracks here as well. Walls here, walls there, power plant here, pretty standard. Though, that's an airfield, so it's not so standard. Though on this map, it's not uncommon to go for fast airfield. Perhaps trying to get picked there onto combat engineer. Vindicator being deployed on out. But I don't think it'll be fast enough to get the kill there on the combat engineer. It will be relatively close. Yep. He does get the oil derrick now. And he was about, I would say, about 2 or 3 seconds away from death. So it was actually closer than actually one would like. Bear's getting some nice scouts off here. We've got a bear here, which should potentially be able to ambush any engineer here. It is behind the palm tree here. Like, depending on which angle there, I think that when the bear rear up his head, it does actually reveal himself and does use a cash bounty to get a little bit, well, a cash bounty. Or a cash rebate from his bear. We got a power plant being deployed out at sea. How menacing. And now we do got a bear here that I believe is stopping the naval expansion he goes for it, but he actually could have been a little bit too far forward. Bullfrogs advancing. Knows what the mass vindicators. Of course, he'll go for bullfrogs. There's only currently 2 vindicators at the moment, which he will use these vindicators for air escort. We do have a engineer. He has the tools and the schematics to capture up that oil derrick, and he'll be lost in the process because he'll probably fall in the refinery or one of those silos. Get some javelins inside this garrison, which hope to intentionally prevent any sort of twin blade or MiGs from loitering around this airfield. And has bullfrogs as well. We do have a sickle here. Ooh, bug. I wonder how long that's been like that. And not attacking it will mean it will remain not reflecting. There may be some chatting going on. I don't think I can see chats. Nothing's happening? Red MCV's here. And green does...
Ready, sir. Where's the trouble?
I'm not so sure. I can understand why green's not attacking it, because I mentioned beforehand it's not getting any income, but it's not being spotted there as well. It really feels bad when that happens to your opponent. Your opponent doesn't realize it, because that is a lot of down income. Wait a second. 12, down 4,000, down 2,000, 1,750. That's a lot of lost income, and still has not been fixed. He's down half of his economy at the moment. Ugh. It hurts to see that. It really does. Because like things like this, like, oof. So far, he has lost about 1,000 potential refinery if we compare it to his, this one. Because we saw 2,600, probably a little bit more than that. Bullfrogs. We'll take out both those Vindicators. Those as well. Oh. And since this came to the airfield, not realizing this. I'm probably putting a bit too much emphasis on that on the replay, but it is actually quite massive. Yeah, at the end of this game, let's go and look at the economic tab. Low in power right there. Destroying this, oh, that was not enough power to get replaned. NCV's here. He's low in power as well, so because it's Pluto subs clean up the refineries, Red's gonna be backed up, gonna be forced out of the game relatively soon, I'm guessing, because this is still not collecting. This was at 2,600. He's missing out about 3,000 credits, if not more. He doesn't. I don't think he can even bomb that sickle there. Well, the hammer tanks does get crushed there. Red's MCV could be cleaned on up, but you got a nice leech beam there. Of course, getting a kill with a leech beam on the MCV does not give you a construction queue. Though it would be interesting if it gave you like a repair ability. Now there's a fully heroic hammer tank there. This has still not been collecting. Down. Yeah, that hurt. Let's go to the economic tag and show you how much that hurt. It hurts that much. Oh, you can see this is where they picked up collected the oil refinery. This is the oil derrick. That's the oil derrick there. But it hurt that much. Barring this like cash bounty here, and I think there's a cash bounty here. But that is a massive disparity right there, thanks to just a bug. By the way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and that's going to be my last replay